What's up everybody? Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. If you like the video, even if you don't like the video, like, comment, and subscribe. Press the bell so you get a notification every time I release a brand new video. And of course, in the words of my grandpa,
subscribe.
There you go, Gunga.
Bitch.
Telling grandma you said that.
Go ahead.
She gonna kick your ass.
I kick your ass.
Kick my ass?
Well, if you say.
Yeah, I don't want to be snitched.
Oh.
Cock-a-doodle-doo. What's up family? We are back with a brand new video. Today we have the Adidas Trae Young 3s. I feel like I just tested out the candy can looking Trae Young 2s and those were so uncomfy. But how did the Trae Young 3s fare? Let's check it out. By the way, I was just walking my dog the other day and I saw this Trae Young card on the street right before I was about to go test the shoes, so it's a sign. This card is worth anything? Probably not. It looks like it's a playoff game against the Celtics. You can see Al Horford, the GOAT, in the background. Anyways, let's get into the looks and the initial thoughts. All right, now feeling the shoe off the jump, it is pretty sturdy. And the materials are really nice as well. I love the midsole look and the feeling of it. I like to squish it like it's the meat at the market. I don't know if anybody else does that. Other parts on the shoe I like feeling as well. I don't know, I'm weird like that. I like to feel the shoes that I have. The hard heel part in the back for stability. And the lace loop area, I like scratching it. See if the mic can pick it up. Super weird. And I'm not mad at the looks. It's clunky, yes. But it's got that Adidas clunky sneaker but stylish vibe going on, much like the Yeezy 500s. When looking down on the shoes when you're wearing it, they look huge, kind of like clown shoes. But that doesn't affect the sizing, more on that in a bit. Adidas shoes definitely look different than your average hoop shoes. But I like it. Do something different and stop trying to look like the competitors. In my opinion, does it look better than the competition? In some cases, yes, but in most cases, no. But again, looks is really up to the person. But I like how Adidas tries different things, whereas Nike kind of knows what they want in their shoes and how they want it to look, and they basically keep everything the same year after year. Besides the new Giannis shoes, those are ugly. Excuse my French. Greek? The looks and the initial thoughts rating of the Trae Young 3s is a 7.5 out of 10. I like the Trae Young logo though. Before we move on to the next section, we gotta do everybody's favorite segment and your grandma's favorite segment as Grandpa.
You bought it?
No, you bought it. I used all your money.
Huh? Funny shoes.
Now moving on to the size and the comfort. So these look huge as hell. These are a 10.5. Compared to the Sabrina ones I just released a video on, these are a women's 12, which is a men's 10.5. Trae Young's look way bigger, and the shoes fit true to size. Is there more space in the forefoot, however? Yes. There's also way more room in the ankle area, which is a huge improvement from the Trae 2s because those were tight and super uncomfy in that aspect. Back to the Trae 2s, those were horrible, bro. They definitely fixed the issues in that shoe in the 3s. Watch that video if you haven't. But the extra space feels way better in this sneaker. But it compromises lockdown more than that in a bit. As for the comfort, it's definitely cushioned all around the sneaker. With the mesh upper, it's flexible, but at the same time sturdy. I'm just super strong. And you're also standing on light strike cushioning and a boost midsole, which I like to argue does a better job than Zoom Air, Nike Air, React Foam, all that. And you feel super bouncy in these. Like, reaction is quick in these shoes, and you feel low to the ground, which I didn't think I was gonna feel in these clunky ass shoes. But also because of the boost midsole, it's got a nice little plushy feeling to it too. So while you react quick and you put more pressure on your feet, the boost midsole definitely helps cushion the fall and makes it feel a lot better. I will say I like the court feel in these better than the Sabrina ones, which I just tested, by the way. Watch the video if you haven't. The Trae Young 3s aren't the most lightweight because of all the materials and clunkiness. It's really not gonna affect you playing basketball. And it's not the most breathable sneaker. However, I will say because of everything I mentioned beforehand with the cushioning and the court feel, the size and comfort rating of the Trae Young 3s is a 9.6 out of 10. Moving on to the traction. Rubber outsole with the multi-directional traction pattern. There's barely any space in the ridges on the bottom of this sneaker. Speaking of nice material, I really like the traction. There's little to no sliding in these sneakers. And for those who like the squeak noise, it barely makes it, but it does if you really try to dig in. Traction rating 9.5 out of 10. Dang, it's hot in here. Oh God. Oh. Moving on to the materials and the technology now. I love the materials in the sneaker, hence why I keep touching it and scratching it and feeling it. It's solid material with hints of harder materials for stability. With the mesh and the textile lining, of course, you can't go wrong with the light strike and the boost, which I was a hater on earlier in my life. I thought that was whack, but it's proved me wrong over the years. I can admit that. It also has a lace closure with long laces, long enough to double knot, and a heel tab in the back. Both of those play a part in the lockdown in the next section because the lockdown in these aren't the best. Dare I say, materials rating 8 out of 10. Now moving on to the support and lockdown. It has the materials to support your feet all around. It has long laces to double knot and a heel tab to help you take off the shoe and put on the shoe. But this isn't a shoe that needs that because the ankle area is dumb wide and loose like your mom's putting this shoe on for the first time. You'll notice that the laces aren't laced up in the last hole. Factory lacing is not laced in the last hole. You're gonna wanna do that because lockdown will be even worse than it already is. Trust me, I tried it. I feel like that's one of the main things shoe companies look for is lockdown. It's really hard to mess up unless you make a huge ass ankle area. Like, you don't feel like the shoe is ever gonna come off per se, but it is loose in the area and it's wide and you can feel it moving around. Because if a shoe could feel like it would just come off, the shoe is either A, way too big, or 2, you're not lacing them. Which is crazy because the best part of the Trae 2s was probably the lockdown because it was so damn tight and uncomfortable. Support and lockdown rating 6 out of 10. Moving on to the price and the value. $140 for this shoe. I like the shoes for the court feel and the traction for sure. Lockdown, not so much. There are definitely better shoes out there for a lot cheaper that can combine traction and court feel and comfort as well as the lockdown that are more evenly balanced. Overall, I think these are better than the Trae 2s, which I couldn't wear for that long. I had to get rid of those. They hurt my feet like hell. But the ankle area and the 3s are just way too wide. There's not even a lot more cushion in the ankle area to kind of enclose your foot in there. I feel like Adidas has to find a happy medium between the Trae 2s and the Trae 3s. Trae 2s, way too damn tight. Trae 3s, a little loose. It's like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. I just watched that Puss in Boots movie, by the way, so that's on my mind. It's just not quite right. I will say the Trae Young ones were the best looks-wise and performance-wise. I don't know why Adidas couldn't just go back to that. But I'm not mad at these shoes. They're just kind of pricey for the deficiencies in the lockdown area. Overall rating of the Trae Young 3s is an 8.1 out of 10. Not bad, a B-. What I used to strive for when I was in school. Some may say I'm a terrible Asian, but I'm a big fan of Adidas. Adidas basketball, their lifestyle wear brand, their clothes, the players they endorse. But in terms of their basketball department, with the last 2 Traes, the Hardens that I just tested, which I wasn't a fan of, the other shoe companies, Nike, New Balance, Puma, Li Ning, have been kind of beating Adidas down. And don't get me started on Mr. Don't Run From the Grind, but I'm only gonna join the Eastern Conference Champions rapper guy. I'm boycotting his shoes. Ice Trae the gang. Ice Trae the gang. Ice Trae the gang. Alright guys, that concludes the video of the Trae Young 3s. Let me know what you think of the shoes. Will you cop them? Let me know. Definitely not a bad shoe. If the lockdown thing doesn't really matter to you, then definitely get these shoes. If you wear ankle braces, it's perfect for you actually. Watch my other videos and playlists up there and down there. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, we out. Peace. Positive note of the day. Manifestation is real. It's crazy. Like right before I was gonna film this video, I found this Trae Young basketball card. Now I gotta find the other 4 pieces of Exodia.